So introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he enters the cage with a record of 4 victories, no defeats, representing Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sheldon. His opponent this evening, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He enters tonight with a record of 3 victories, no defeats, representing the Soul Watchers and Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Oh, Brad, the first of 6 amateur title fights tonight, this in the flyweight division. We've got Sheldon Ryan, 4-0, fighting out of the blue corner. He represents One MMA Academy. He's taking on Louis Morcel, fighting out of the red corner in the black Nike Pro Trunks. Saul Rogers Academy fighter, and Jack Cartwright there in his corner. Cartwright coming off probably the best weekend of his MMA career.
Yeah, Cage Warriors World Bantamweight champion with authority.
Took part in that that tournament. 2 knockouts in the night. Seeing if now his protege, young Louis Morcel, can follow suit and take another regional title home.
Yeah, both these guys undefeated thus far. Very talented young men.
Ryan, of course, has competed at bantam and at flyweight. Perhaps a little bit more experience for the One MMA man, but not by much.
No, there's not a whole lot in it, Steve. And when both guys are fighting out of well-respected gyms with well-respected coaches, we see Paul Rimmer from Next Generation Liverpool in the corner of Sheldon Ryan there as well. You know, a couple of wins here or there at amateur level. There's probably not a whole lot in it in terms of skill and experience between these two guys.
Ryan now in on the takedown attempt, trying to force Morcel up against the cage and perhaps look to try and change levels, get underneath those hips, but Morcel doing a good job with that wide base.
And of course what we're used to seeing, Steve, is these flyweights being able to keep up this kind of torrid pace for the full 3 or 5 rounds, whether that's amateur or pro. You know, they've got the gas tanks that most guys just don't have.
Well, if there's one good way to empty the gas tank, it's with this kind of grind. Sheldon Ryan remaining heavy, good head position.
But again, you know, both guys coming out of gyms where there's a solid submission wrestling base.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not really been spoke about it that much, but you know, you look at that Cage Warriors Bantamweight tournament and Jack Cartwright's wrestling, the rare occasions he had to use it was on point. And if Louis Morcel's been able to get rounds in with that caliber of training partner, that's only going to do him good.
Morcel's corner was very, very happy with the turnaround there, but Sheldon Ryan not going to give the position up.
Yeah, nice takedown there from Sheldon Ryan. On his first attempt to make weight, Ryan was ever so slightly over. I want to say maybe 0.3 or 0.4 of a kilogram. Of course, he had the 2 hours to make weight. There's just a little bit of confusion there over the 1 pound allowance in terms of the championship weight. And, you know, 1 session in the sauna, 10 minutes like an absolute pro. Didn't have to do it, but went and did it. He wanted to compete for the title. He said, you know, I've come this far. I don't want to go home tomorrow night without that belt. Went and got the job done. So, real professional attitude from this young man.
Absolutely. Well, a real professional first round from these 2 young fighters. Ryan perhaps, for me, just edging it with a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that, Steve. And of course, the late takedown as well.
But a tight round, and
takedown in and of itself, you know, not going to score for a whole lot, but when the rest of the round is really close, that could be the thing that nudges it either way. But I think your assessment was pretty much spot on there, Steve. So I guess more of the same from Sheldon Ryan is the advice.
Yeah, you would have thought so. Although, you know, it's not like Louis Morcel made a ton of mistakes in that round. He did everything he needed to do to defend. Turned Ryan off the cage a couple of times. All to play for.
And look, we've got 4 more rounds to come here, so you know there's time for Louis Morcel to put his stamp on this contest.
Straight in with a low inside leg kick from Sheldon Ryan, who follows it up, going upstairs.
Morcel maybe with a little bit of height and reach on his man, possibly.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing as they kind of circled round past us here. Yeah, a bit rangier, I think.
Ryan actually with a very similar build to Menga, and you know, Menga himself has competed at flyweight and bantamweight. Good upper body control there.
Nice,
great throw. He's left
straight
the arm
into
in.
the arm. Oh, he was aware though.
Almost a shoulder lock there from Louis Morcel. He did transition to the arm, but by that point Ryan had been able to alleviate himself from the danger zone.
Yeah, good awareness there by Ryan. Gave us a moment to get excited, but was never in any real danger there, I don't think.
You know, it's funny, when you talk about the heavyweight fights and you say, well, they could be over in a flash with one big shot like that. You look at the flyweights, these guys are so fast. We've seen flyweight guys get knocked out with the blink of an eye, and we've seen those crazy submissions come with the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. Right now, Sheldon Ryan working from inside the open guard of Louis Morcel.
Good head position there from Sheldon Ryan. Keeping it right in the pocket between the neck and the shoulder.
See Morcel trying to get bringing that butterfly, trying to put the butterflies in, but again, Ryan just sticking to his man, chest to chest, putting that head in tight and close.
And while he's able to stay this close and this tight, he dictates the pace of the fight. He decides where it takes place.
Absolutely. You see Morcel again looking again to try and get the hips on the feet, perhaps push off. Ryan now looking to land, and has he given up a...
Well, there's a straight ankle lock there, but of course the amateur rule sets no twisting locks allowed, and it really is difficult to tap someone with a straight foot lock, or the Achilles tendon pull as it's sometimes called. You know, it's a pain submission. If you're not used to it, hurts like hell, and a lot of guys will tap. But if you're used to it and you're confident, you can pull through that one. So, you know, it's better used as a move to actually transition to a different position in their amateur MMA rather than natural submission attack itself. Good work to push off there from Louis Morcel, though.
Yeah, had good wrist control of Ryan's wrist and was making life awkward and difficult for him down there, but Ryan just peels away and jumps back in.
This has been a very good round for the man from the One Academy.
Yep. Finishes the round standing over his prone opponent.
Yeah, points firmly on the board now. Sheldon Ryan 2 rounds up, you've got to believe, going into this third. And of course, we've still got plenty of time for the balance of momentum to swing in favor of Louis Morcel.
Absolutely.
We've seen guys before drop the first 2 rounds, win the last 3 comfortably, and you know, Morcel's looking like he's barely done a minute's worth of competing here, still looking very fit.
Yeah, neither have been able to land any hugely damaging shots. Sheldon, again, perhaps the busier of the 2-over-2, but still 9 minutes to go here, Brad.
Yeah, still anyone's game.
Corners are clearing again.
Like we say with these flyweights, Steve, a tiniest mistake can be capitalized on in a split second. All of a sudden you go from dominating 3, 4, 5 rounds of action to getting armbar with 10 seconds left. Yeah, we talked about it during the Lauren Bellis fight, the previous weekend. You know, it looked like it was going to be a long, drawn-out decision. All of a sudden, snap! There's the armbar, and
yep.
That's all she wrote. Oh, big right hand there from Sheldon Ryan.
Yeah, Sheldon Ryan is again trying to set the pace in this round.
Well, Morcel charging forward there, but you know, those shots didn't land.
Knee to the body from Sheldon Ryan, and
Morcel's corner there with a big roar of approval. I don't think they've got the best angle to see those shots, but they were just a little short there on Sheldon Ryan.
Yeah, and not where Louis Morcel wants to be right at the moment. Sheldon Ryan again pressuring him up against the cage, eating seconds away, keeping the pressure on.
I mean, Morcel's not making this easy for Sheldon Ryan. He's fighting back every step of the way.
Nice.
Ryan looking for a trip there, Steve, and barrels forward again, driving his man into the cage, but the initial entry at least, Louis Morcel able to prevent Ryan getting a good grip around his legs or hips there.
Yeah, used that forearm well, posted, kept Ryan's head up. And now we're back to the grind and clinch up against the cage. As long as Sheldon Ryan is the man in this position, he's got to be fairly happy.
Yeah, again, great head position all the time.
Whoa.
From Sheldon Ryan. He's got to watch his neck there, though. Drops down for the single leg.
Oh, yeah. Thought for a moment he had given up maybe a 10-finger guillotine, but...
Looks like he's back safe now, though, and looking for the single leg on the other side.
Keeps moving. Oh!
Oh, he has got the guillotine in there, though. It's over the jaw. Morcel looking to wrap this up. Tough to see whether that's underneath the jaw or not. Yeah, it's over!
Phenomenal!
Unbelievable! Louis Morcel comes back in an instant. And what did we say, Steve? What did we say? You can go from dominating the contest to a split-second submission, and all of a sudden, this one will be written very differently in the history books.
Absolutely. I mean, he looked for it. I thought he was setting up when he had Ryan's head right in the middle. I thought he might have been looking for the 10-finger, but beautiful little transition. And Ryan, I don't think Ryan's even sure what happened, really.
No, I think he appeared to be about to tap there, and then maybe went out.
Oh, great finish.
Let's take a look at the replay. Let's take a look at the replay here, Steve.
Well, here they are battling up against the cages from earlier. I mean, he just jumped on that neck. Again, that pressure from Sheldon Ryan.
So this is where, again, Sheldon Ryan looks to get down really low. And you see Morcel trying to secure the grip here, pushing the head down, and he's digging in with that right arm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely transition. You
there
can
the
see
arm
him
goes
setting
under.
it up.
Beautiful work. Catches the bicep. And let's have a look. He's on the jaw initially here, Steve. He rolls him over, and that's why they call it the guillotine, the anaconda rather, because you roll through, and then he walks to close the gap, and that's really cut everything off. There's the submission. I think maybe he went out right at the end there. Let's throw it to our MC in the cage and make it official.